Now that you've seen the macro you're about to create, let's go ahead now and create it. When you're recording a macro, as we'll be doing, it's a good idea to step through the process first to make sure you're clear about exactly what you'll be doing. When you're recording a macro, every step you make will be recorded, mistakes and all. So I'll start by clicking in cell A1 and I'll type some heading text. It doesn't matter too much what it is. And I'll press enter, and my macro is going to be recorded with me already having selected some cells. So this will be my starting point, and then I'll start recording the macro. And the steps that I'm going to perform are firstly to merge and center this heading. Then I'll select a font, and the font I'm using is down here, Tempest Sans, and I'm going to set its size to around 26. I want to set the font color to white, and I want a sort of burnt orange background to the cell. And then I want to create a border, so I'm going to use a navy blue. I'm going to select a line style of a thick line, and then I'm going to add a thick box border around my heading. And that's basically what my macro is going to consist of. Now that we know what we're doing, we're ready to repeat this, and this time record it as a macro. I'm going to add a new sheet to my workbook so I have everything clean and tidy to start off with. And again, I'm just going to type anything because it doesn't really matter what it is. I'll type my heading, and then I'm going to select a few cells, and now I'm ready to start recording. To record the macro, I'm going to click the View tab on the ribbon, and I'm going to click this drop down arrow here under the macros icon, and I'll choose Record Macro. I'm going to give the macro a name, and I'm going to call it Fun Heading. You can't add spaces to macro names, so I'm using an underscore character instead. And the macros are going to be stored in the Personal Macro Workbook. This is where you store macros so that they're going to be always available in Excel. This is a special file that Excel takes care of opening and closing, and we're going to use that. And then you can type a description. Because my macro colors that I'm going to use are theme colors, there's no point in calling it orange and blue, because if there's a different theme associated with this workbook, it's not going to be orange and blue any longer. So I'll just click OK. And now we're recording, so I need to be very careful that the only things I do are things that I want to record. I'll click the Home tab on the ribbon and merge and center this cell. I'm going to select my font. And here's the font I'm using. And then I'm going to select a nice big font size. And I'm going to set my font to white color and this burnt orange background. And finally, I'm going to add my line color border. It's already set to blue, and the line style is already set to that thick line. So I'm just going to click Thick Box Border, and then I'm done. But I'm still recording, so I need to stop that. To do this, I'll click the View tab on the ribbon, and from the Macros drop-down list, I'll select Stop Recording. Now Excel has recorded my macro and it's saved it, so I can just discard this worksheet. So I'll click File and then Close. I don't want to save the changes made to this particular book. If you're ever prompted whether you want to save changes to your personal macro workbook as you exit Excel, you should say yes, because you want to save the changes that you've made to it.